Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. It's GoAskFavor. If today is your first time joining us, you're welcome. And if you've not subscribed, subscribe, share, like the video. Thank you so much. Today we'll be talking about another interesting topic. And today's topic is about a good friend of mine. It's really sad story. Really sad. But I decided to, come and share it with you people, my family, my YouTube family, to hear your opinion. A friend of mine got married last year, and it was a thing of joy. Everybody was celebrating, everybody was happy. I couldn't go, of course. I was busy with my schedule, but I was happy that she's coming over here to meet me. She's coming to join her husband. So her husband actually based in the state here. So when she got married, they did the marriage. They did traditional marriage. He paid the bride price complete. He did the church wedding. Everything was like good, rosy. You know what I'm talking about? So, and she came from she came from a family whereby she happens to be the first daughter. You understand? So you can imagine that you can imagine that type of traditional marriage wedding of 18, especially coming, the guy is well to do and so forth. So, and she too, she's a beautiful woman and so forth. So they got married, did the wedding, the traditional. So she's now before they did the wedding, and so they already had their court marriage. They went to the court to do their marriage and so forth. So the guy started processing her papers for her to come and join him over here. So after I think 2-3 months after their wedding, she came to join the husband. And when she got here, actually, she called me, because when we keep in touch. And she called me. She was like, hey girl, that finally she made it to the state, that she's here now in the state. She was feeling happy. She was telling me about things she wants to discover. Of course, when she was back home, she'd be asking me, how is US, how is everything there, like how is the lifestyle there? So am I going to cope? Will I be able to cope when I come over here? And I tell her, come on, as a young woman, you'll be able to cope. So she said, okay. So she came. Coming here, her dream, her joy turned to a nightmare. It turns to a nightmare. A friend that we were always talking and this thing before she got married. And even after she got married and so forth, because she was back home, her husband was here. Her husband returned back because he's working, he has to resume his work. So she came alone, she came by herself actually to join the husband. So when she got here, she was communicating like 1 month and so forth. She was telling me that there are some things she's seeing in the marriage towards the guy, and she's not feeling like really okay with it. And I'm like, babe, when thing they happen, like what's going on? You just get married, it's not even up to a year. She said, a lot is going on. And I noticed that whenever I start talking to this lady, we don't finish our discussion. It's like something, just like whenever she's talking, sometimes she'll be like, he's coming. Then she will just end the call. So because before, when she does that, I'll call her back, but the phone will be ringing and she won't pick. You understand? Then the next thing, she will just send me a text message that, babe, I'll call you, let's talk tomorrow. So Then when we now talk the next day, or when she calls me the next day, or whenever she call back, and I'll be like, what happened? Is it like you just end the call, we've not finished talking? And she will tell me, my husband just walked in. Now, me as a new married person, I'm like, okay, maybe when the husband walk in, what married people do, like you can start anywhere to do it or whatever, So I'm like, my mind was like going to that direction. But I didn't know that, it was not the case. So as time goes on, my people, as time goes on, this lady was like, this thing has been happening without me knowing that the husband walking in, that she always talk about, that my husband just walked in, is that the husband must not catch her on phone talking to anybody. The husband doesn't want her to have friends. The husband doesn't want her to be going out. The husband doesn't want her to work, because the husband said, I'm making enough money. I didn't bring you to this country to come and work. That I didn't bring you to this country to have friends, to come and start mingling with friends, or start, like walking the entire street of America. So I brought you to this country to be my wife, to satisfy me and me alone. Hey, all right now. And I'm like, the day she had the time to tell me, like, this has been happening to her for almost 3 to 4 months in the marriage, and she couldn't take it anymore, because she's like, she's like like she was enslaved, she was caged in her own marriage. And the worst thing is that with all this maltreatment and so forth, her husband does not even, like, when you want to meet your wife or you want to have a good time with your wife, there's a way you send the code to your wife. She will know that, okay, this baby did something, okay? You understand? Or if you are, you are in the mood, or you want, he's doing you just like stylishly send the codes to your, to your husband, and he will, grasp what you mean. But in this case, no code sharing, no wired, no internet network. This one is just grab and take. That's what the husband has been doing to her. Grab and take means that the husband does not make love to her. The husband actually rapes her. Because the husband said, I paid your bride price, I did wedding, I did court marriage, so you are my property, you belong to me. You don't belong to your family again, you don't belong to anybody again. So whatever I say is what you do, as a lord over you. And this our sister now, being the type of person that she was brought up in a family whereby, oh my God, like it's like a religious family, a religious background coupled with cultural lifestyle, all together in one. So whenever she called back home, whenever this guy allow her to call, because he doesn't allow her to call her people, like freely. Whenever she call her mother, telling her mother that, Mama, see what is going on, I don't understand this, blah blah blah, the mother will be like, so this is what you came to America to do? Is this how we bring you up? You just got married and you are complaining that your husband doesn't allow you to go out. You are complaining that your husband doesn't allow you to do this. Are you not supposed to respect the man? Are you not? Did you go to America to go and be seen everywhere? That is what her mother was telling her. That you should be in the place where your husband kept you, not the other way around. That's to show the sign of a good woman. You know, the mother was scolding the daughter that, is this how we brought you up? And my friend was like, I can't take it anymore. She's a young woman. She's a young woman. She said, I can't take this anymore. It's eating me up. I got married and I'm supposed to have joy in my marriage. I'm supposed to have happiness in my marriage. But I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm always crying. Whenever he goes to work, I can't even go out. I can't go out. He goes to the store by himself. He buys things. That the only time that, you know, she goes out is whenever they are going to church together. And since the COVID-19 and his own now came now, so no excuse of she meeting anybody again. No church. So lockdown, she's in serious lockdown her own self. So I'll be trying to, you know, like when she called me, you know, she also emailed me and I'm like, girl, what's going on? It's been long. She said, this is what I've been suffering from. She said, I need serious help. I need serious help. When she told her mother that her husband doesn't make love to her, that her husband actually do rape her, her mother said, how can a husband rape his own wife? You know, so if this is so it's so hard to believe, but this is my good friend. My good friend that, like, if you're saying somebody is your girl, and this babe, this lady I'm talking about, before she got married, oh my God, she's a very lively lady, you know, like very, you know, happy lady. So please, right now she's having as in a very deep thought, maybe to still remain in that marriage or to quit the marriage, because to her, she said the earlier the better. So I bring it to you, my YouTube family. Please, a sister needs a very serious help. A very serious help. Please advise me on how we can help her. What do you think she should do? What do you think, like, this sister can do? Should she quit the marriage or endure, or like, what do you think she should do? Please leave your comment below if you know what you think this sister can do to help her. I will really appreciate. Thank you so much. Once again, it's GoAskFavor. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and also share the video, like the video. Thank you till I come your way again. It's your favor. GoAskFavor. Bye.